uh, curious. Sometimes days seem longer than others. Sometimes I cannot believe it is only 3 p.m. I don't know what it is. And it's not daylight savings time. It's just the movement, the atmosphere, whatever I'm watching. I can almost tell what time it is without even referring to the clock. Now, to be fair, I am retired, so I do remember what when I used to work, it was you couldn't wait until the last hour. It seems like the last hour took the longest to get there, or something like that. There, I remember stuff like that. But something is happening, young people. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to look at something different. Whatever you know to get you this far, whatever you've learned to get this far, it might not be enough to help your understanding of what's actually going on. Okay, so that this is new for you. Welcome aboard. There isn't anything new under the sun. It actually says that mankind will reach a point where they think they could do that, change the time, stuff like that. There, so you're going to have to do a little bit of research. Best case scenario is to ask AI, okay? Because the people that you're talking to, they're going to give you the same information. They're experiencing the same thing that you are, and you're not really going to get an answer. So AI is pretty cool. I don't know what type of experience you have with it, but young people, you guys, I'm kind of catch on a little faster. Okay, so full stop on that. Uh, please like it, or I'm sorry, please subscribe to my channel, young people. The way this is supposed to go is you subscribe to my channel, I subscribe to yours, and we do this back and forth until each one of us gets 1,000 subscribers. Then we can do whatever it is that you can do with 1,000 subscribers. So it's pretty easy. It's not that serious, okay? So do it now so you won't have to think about it later. Alrighty then. Let's go. All right, okay. Number one, to all my organ donors. Um, if you've been around a while, you have had maybe a family member who was an organ donor. And you may have organ donor on your driver's license for those of you that drive, and you may have it on your ID. I suggest you take it off. Grand Rising, I suggest you take it off. And the reason why I suggest that you take that off, I may have thought about it when I was younger, I'm your age, but you actually have to be alive in order for them to use your organs. I did not know that. Thanks, honey. So, I understand that the person is gone and maybe someone else can benefit from it. But the part that a person can benefit from your organs, but I did not know that you still had to be alive in order for them to use your organs. Now, I might be a little bit conspiratorial here, but if you have that on your ID when you go into the hospital, there's this thing called DNR. So if you happen to slip into the night, uh, there's a raccoon. Who knew? In the city. Okay, they will not bring you back to life. Okay, so that's cool. Um, okay, all right. That's because you told them before you while you were still conscious or something. No, I don't want you to. Yeah, yeah, I get that. So, it's the same if you have an organ donor on your card. When you come in, they put you straight into that. No, you don't get any lunch. Okay, they put you straight into that. Now, what I don't know is if you come in and if you're conscious, and if you could say, hold off on that organ donor thing. That part I don't know, but I guess uh, if you're there and you can't speak for yourself, I've seen um I've seen some videos where the parents of a 17 or 18-year-old would come in and the 17 and 18-year-old was unconscious. The hospital would go straight for he's an organ donor, so there's no trying to revive you or anything like that there. And those parents had a fit, and they just were not allowing them to do that. But the hospital was correct. Um, he is a organ donor. So I don't know. It's a precarious position you may find yourself in, and just just a heads up. Okay, let me see. So when they ask people if they want to be a organ donor, they just kind of ask you, but they don't really explain that. Hey, you know, you have to be alive in order for us to use your organs. Okay, all right. If you are partially alive, all right. So I don't know what it is about my glasses, but I'm using some dollar store glasses. I cannot keep prescription glasses. Has anybody on here ever tried the ones that they come up now, coming that they have come out with that I guess they're from Japan or something, and they work on everybody's eyes, no matter what. I think I'm going to try one of those next. I priced them. They're actually only $39. I guess you get them on the TikTok shop, but I might try it. Oh, how did it work? Lifesaver? Hi, Lifesaver. How did it work? Okay. I'll give it a shot. It's only 39 bucks. I get paid today. Maybe the next time you guys see me, I'll probably have those on because I got these from the dollar store. It's pretty cool. I could read with them and I could look at the computer screen from across the room, but somebody told me that they're women's glasses. I'm like, I don't really care at this point. I just need to read. All right. All right. So full stop on that. To my young people, I noticed that young people and older people have similar problems down there. So if you're having problems, I'm down there. I got to tell you, ashwagandha is slower, but when it kicks in, it should correct ED. Okay, this is not medical advice. If you need medical advice, seek yourself a medical provider and be advised. Okay, so ashwagandha works, but it's not like the little blue pill or anything like that. There, okay, I never had to worry about it, um, but when it came time for me to be worrying about it, I was like, okay. I started following a guy named Doctor Yahki, Yahki. Awakened. You know, he's just a guy. He's into minerals and nutrients and stuff like that there. So I've taken a lot of his advice. And the only thing I could tell you was maybe 10, 10 to 10 days to 2 weeks ago, I had a stroke. And I'm out here. I'm right now just like happy, happy, joy, joy, from taking some of these home remedies or herbal remedies. Okay, so I want you to try some of the other stuff. Okay, uh, I how are you, Blitz? Okay, they work. They're just not fast. Okay. Oh yeah, the pills work, but they have side effects. So medication works, but it has side effects. My problem was I had been diagnosed with high blood pressure. I'm like, okay, that's new. Most of what I have is new. I don't have anything that I grew up with. Who knew? You just go up by what you learn. And the oddest thing happened. I wanted to take the medication to keep my blood pressure down to 120. It's always been 120, and just one day I figured out that I got high blood pressure. It's the darndest thing. Uh, when when I got into the hospital, they wanted my blood pressure to stay up to 160. I'm confused. I'm like, well, why is one doctor giving me medication to stay around 120, and the other doctor is giving me medication to stay at 160? Okay, and I couldn't ask my PCP because since I had the stroke, she canceled 3 appointments. And I'm 2 weeks apart. Okay, because well, with these doctors now, it's make an appointment with them jokers is like pulling teeth. But I digress. So I don't know what to do. Okay, I got Stiffy just in case anyone wanted to know. I'm not really sure. Right? What's a Stiffy? So you guys are just talking. Let me see. All right, I'll answer some questions here next. I got one more thing I'm trying to put out there, and then we'll go um, over some of your questions. Okay. So, but they have side effects. All right, so take your time and rebuild down there. Okay. I experienced when I was vigorous, surprised to young men. Oh yeah. When I got older, I didn't realize that young men have the same problems. It's already said that. All right. So try try something different. The most important thing is don't give up. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me see. Oh, all right. So I know what I'm trying to say here. Have you ever heard that you were overqualified for a job and couldn't figure out just exactly where that came from? Well, anytime they tell you that you're overqualified for a job, chances are pretty good you took a test. Now you're thinking that test was for you to get the job, right? Well, it actually wasn't. It was an IQ test. It's subtle. You know how they do. They just plan stuff, and the next thing you know, you're in it. So, at the applications office or whatever. Hold on. I think I hear some homeless people. I want to give them some change. Okay, so I took a test to become a police officer when I first got out of the military. I got a B, but um, but to my surprise, I didn't get the job. Okay, you would think that if somebody would get a grade of a B on their test, that would be the person to hire. But it turns out that they have this scale that they use that they don't tell you about. whatever your IQ is, they have certain jobs for your IQ. I did not know that. Okay, so so for example, somebody like me with my IQ would not be good at office work or something. Okay, my IQ wants to be around people. All right, I like some computer stuff, but I like to be around people. So there's an IQ for that. All right. So make sure when you go apply for a job, even as difficult as it is to find a job now, you're going to have to learn your number one, your emotional IQ and your general IQ. And you can determine before you even put in for a job if you're overqualified. And just save yourself some grief, okay? So remember, I got to be, should have been a police officer, but they said no. I was overqualified. All right, which makes sense because a lot of police officers now may be referred to as knuckle draggers. So I would probably, I guess if I was a police officer, I would possibly give people tickets, but not so much. Okay. So anyway, that's my story on that. Now let's take a look at some of the questions on here. All right, hello. Got that one. Said hi. Has a sub. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Hi, bro. Hey, 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 heart. Let me see. Hello. It is a 0.00000 point chance of my commenting on your video, and it's 0.000 point chance of you seeing this comment. Okay, well, we kind of broke that there a little bit. Hey, man, morning. There's no sense we having this over here. Let's put it over here where I can read. It can go. Bug-eyed, huh? Alrighty then. Can go. Bug-eyed. Hey, man. Good morning. Good morning, champion. Quran say how the universe created. Okay. All right, good. Lifesaver, hello, we already did that. Lifesaver, we did that. Quran say moon and sun, how created since 1400 years ago. Listen, young people, whatever's going on around you, it doesn't have anything to do typically with what you were put here for. All right, so what good is it for you to know about the sun and the moon and you're doing something else? All right, so kind of look at it like that. No matter what happens around you, the Bible says that 1,000 shall fall at your right, 10,000 shall fall at your left, and it has nothing to do with you. So you stay on your purpose, what you were created to do. All right, and let everything else just go right on by, because there's too much going on around you, okay? Quran say how mother birth her baby step by step. Okay. All right. I'm not going to touch that one. All right. Hey, Carlito. All right. I got a stiffy just in case anyone wanted to know. That would probably be too much information there, young fella. All right, light one. Hi. At Matthew, thank you. From Gorilla, I guess. Not to be rude, but why are you so apart? Not really sure. I didn't realize that. But thank you for bringing that to my attention. Hills, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. M. Lawson, Chief Deputy here. How are you, Hillsborough County Sheriff? Said, oh, oh. Okay. Said, hi. Say, you look like Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I get that every time I come on. Everyone, how are you doing? From Vera. Much better. With people like you in the background, always bring us around. All right. Sponge. Hi. You look like Snoop Dogg. I will listen to Krishna's song. Alrighty then. So that's all the comments I have. Thank you all. Try to subscribe to my channel and make it a great day.